and the governor's move we want to get back to in terms of closing beaches that had been reopened briefly before the governor is expected to announce, we would assume during his press conference at noon today, that he's going to close those beaches back up. County Supervisor Dianne Jacob joining us on the phone. And first of all, Supervisor, welcome. Great to talk to you again.
Well, thank you.
And you didn't waste any time. You fired off a very brief, succinct letter to the governor telling him what?
Correct. Basically asking the governor, take another look. Take a look at San Diego County, who should be used as a model for the entire state. We have a reopening plan that was based on data, executed successfully. People know what they're to do in San Diego County to avoid the spread of this very deadly and dangerous virus. So let's put some trust in our local health officer, our local elected leaders, both in the county and the city, and allow some flexibility at the state. After all, the administration in Washington has given governors flexibility because each of the states is different, has unique circumstances. So why then would the governor not do the same for counties to recognize our unique situations, that each county is different? So recognize local authority, local health officers, and how we are handling in our county specifically this virus and the spread of the virus. People here are doing a very good job, and I'm afraid, I'm really worried that if the governor doesn't exempt San Diego County from his order at noon today, that there's going to be a backlash. We're moving in the right direction in San Diego County, thanks to all the people in the county that are adhering to the social distancing. They know at this point what's safe. I think we've been in training for about a month now, and it's like running a marathon without training for that marathon because there's a lot of unknowns about the virus. We know who the vulnerable groups are, and we know how to be safe. And opening up our recreational areas, our trails, our parks, our beaches, our water, tell me.
Well, let me ask you this, because as you're talking, we're looking at images from up north Orange County beaches when they were so crowded with folks, and they didn't appear to be practicing social distancing as we're seeing these images right now. Are we paying the price for our friends to the north?
It appears that way, and that's why I wrote the letter. Don't punish us because of the actions in people in Orange County. Clamp down on Orange County then. Clamp down on their beaches. And for the most part, we're doing just fine here. So leave us alone. Let us move forward in a direction that is based on data and based on facts, and where people know what they need to do and are doing it.
In the bigger picture, and you started to allude to it, I want to ask you, do you agree with the approach that we're taking in the fight against COVID-19 in terms of shutting down the economy and basically deciding what's essential, what's not, and if you're not essential, you don't get to go to work? You mentioned that we do know who's at risk for this virus. Do you agree with the approach we're taking?
It's a tough one. We've got a health crisis on the backs of an economic crisis, and at next Tuesday's board meeting, we're going to have, as a result of the mayor and our chairman, Greg Cox, working with business leaders in San Diego, roll out some guidelines for businesses. But we must use that then to convince the governor to change the orders. And I think we can reopen business in a very responsible way based on data, based on certain safety protocols, and begin to do that. Otherwise, we're going to go deeper and deeper in the hole economically, but we can't solve the economic crisis without solving the health care crisis. And at the bottom, and the most important thing in all of this, is to think about those nurses, those doctors that are in the hospital, in our health care facilities, dealing with very, very sick people that have this virus. We need to be thinking about them and making sure that we're doing everything to be safe as we gradually reopen businesses, reopen recreation areas, and make sure that we are helping them in every way with that we can.
County Supervisor Dianne Jacob, I don't mean to cut you off, but we do get your idea, and I thank you very much for your insights this morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you.